Chinese Coast Guard ships blasting Philippine fishing vessels with water cannons in the South China Sea. One Chinese ship even rammed into a smaller Filipino vessel, causing severe damage, according to the Philippines Coast Guard. These actions are just the latest in a back-and-forth territorial dispute between China and the Philippines in those waters. Officials in Manila, however, say the recent aggression is hitting new heights.
This is a serious escalation on the part of the agents of the People's Republic of China. The use of water cannons numerous times, long-range acoustic devices which caused severe though temporary discomfort and incapacitation to some Filipino crew, as well as dangerous and unsafe maneuvers, is completely unacceptable.
The incident happened in the Scarborough Shoal, just over 200 kilometers from the Philippine coast and one of the most contested areas of the South China Sea. Beijing insists that it controls the entirety of the sea under its so-called nine-dashed line claim, which has no legal basis. But in a region which sees more than $3 trillion in economic activity like fishing annually, countries are trying to stake their claims and control as much of the sea as possible. That's why Chinese officials are defending their actions and the use of water cannons.
严重侵犯中方主权，危害中方船只和人员安全。中国海警依据国内法和国际法，对非方船只采取必要措施，操作专业、克制、合理、合法。中国外交部已就此向非方提出严正交涉，表示强烈抗议。
In recent months, China has sent more and more Coast Guard ships to the South China Sea to assert its sovereignty. It's also been focusing on gray zone tactics to try to enforce its claims without triggering a broader conflict.
China wants to keep the gray zone gray, and for them, use of a water cannon as a non-lethal weapon is a gray area, right? And I think what they believe is that this is a way to get their point across without crossing the line of an armed attack against a U.S. treaty ally.
In response, the Philippines has been leaning more on its allies like the U.S. and Japan to push back against China. But analysts are concerned that the use of water cannons will become the norm as Beijing ramps up its efforts.
We are in kind of an escalatory cycle. This is the first time we've seen water cannons used up there and against fisheries vessels, not against Coast Guard or resupply. To see the China Coast Guard water cannoning fisheries vessels is, I think, a new escalation and something that's pretty troubling.
With this dispute escalating, the Philippines has to figure out how to handle the increased aggression from one of the world's largest militaries. Dolphine, Chen, and Jaime Ocon for TaiwanPlus.